Latest car of this year 2024. Wow, this is amazing. Guys, let's watch this video. Look at this man that bought this latest car 2024. Let's watch it. God bless you. Please like this video, comment and share.
Brought this over for me to make a video with. Would I pay $84,000 for this truck? No way. Would I buy a raffle ticket for $100 with the possibility of winning it? Yes, I would do that. That's what these guys are doing. More later on that. But I do have to say it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It looks like something Homer Simpson would have made for a truck that he wanted, right? Now, it doesn't really look like a truck, but believe it or not, it's got this kind of Rolodex thing on the back if you're not old enough to know what a Rolodex is. And people had information on cards and a Rolodex. So as we push this, you can see, indeed, it is sort of a pickup. And the weird thing is, it's got the gate that goes down. This is an electric truck, right? But it doesn't have a gate to go up. To go up, you got to actually push it with your bare hands. Now, it's got a lot of sharp angles on it because it's got stainless steel on it. You can see, for stainless steel, it's thin, but not too thin, but to me, it's just sloppy looking. Look, the gap there, it's kind of sloppy looking. Of course, everything has buttons on it. There's the back door. It's got a little bit of space. Nothing like an F-150. It's got the giant, opaque sunroof, moonroof, whatever you want to call it. You even get your own controller here in the back, so you can watch me on YouTube. Here I am. This is a very heavy vehicle. It weighs about 6,600 pounds. And the battery alone weighs more than 2/3 of what my whole Toyota Matrix weighs. The entire car with tires full of gasoline. It's a very heavy vehicle. And being the base model, this has all-wheel drive, 2 motors. It's got a motor for the front and a motor for the back. See, when you look under the bottom, it is totally sealed. Everything under here is sealed away. Anything goes wrong, good luck accessing it, and you can see it's not particularly high off the ground. You know, it's got these giant tires that look like some alien vehicle. This isn't made for rock crawling, to say the least. You're going to be bashing that battery on the bottom all up. Now, they have to put the batteries in the bottom because they weigh so much. Put them up higher, the thing would flip over more, would handle poorly. Realize that it's a very fast vehicle. But now it's speed limited to like 113 miles an hour, and that's a good thing. Because you wouldn't want this thing flipping over, to say the least. You really noticed the weight, especially when you decelerate. He says just as fast as the other Teslas he's driven, but slowing down with all that weight, and it's regenerating power. The insanely large windshield wiping blade, my God, that thing is long. Look at it, as long as me, practically. That is insanity. And they've had problems with these things breaking. No surprise. It's that large, that heavy. Something's going to go wrong on this gigantic windshield. Now, if the windshield does break, it's 2,500 smackers. There's sensors and all kinds of stuff in it. The more glass you put, obviously, the more problems you're going to have with glass breakage, such as if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. So if you're driving this around, don't go throwing stones around, I'll tell you that. Now, it's an electric vehicle. It doesn't use gasoline, but it uses an awful lot of electricity. As we look inside, it sounds pretty solid, I'll give it that. And adjust all kinds of things. But the steering yoke just feels kind of weird to me. We'll see what it's like when I drive it around. They don't have keys, they got cards. You just put the card in. Reasonable amount of space. Some type of synthetic material in the seats. I gotta say, they're pretty comfortable. And that sunroof, it's opaque, so you're not going to get too hot back there. And it is rather large. At least they put the turn signals here now, so we don't have to push anything on here for the turn signals. That's left, and so when you go left, it's showing what's to the left. And when you go right, there's the right side, so you get a good view. You can get a full view by pushing the button on the steering column. The front, there's my garage. It's extremely high resolution, I'll give them that. You want to open the glove box? Well, you got to tap this to open it, tap it to close. Kind of overkill if you ask me. You can make it comfort, you can make it sport, you can make it off-road. Well, I want it sport. You can even engage rear locking differential. Got 58% charge. It's limited at 80% because they don't want to overcharge them. Showed you the last time it was paid, $26.44. You can use your tips on how to supercharge them. To ride with 20% battery or less. You want to find one? Just push a button. While you're going to the supercharger, you can precondition it. Now you gotta be a computer whiz to get this thing going. There's no gear shift or anything, so here's what you gotta do. Now it's kind of confusing, but when you finally get the right spot here, then your gears come up. It's up here. Dumb place if you ask me, but we're in reverse. Now you got a backup camera and you got side cameras. It's got a good view. The tailgate's open, so forget that. You go back in the park. There, you touch it. It's invisible until you touch it. What, you touch something else, the things pop up magically? Whatever. Well, we finally figured out how to get it in reverse. Now this is a brand new vehicle. Listen to that. The steering is already making horrible noises. Put it back in drive. Kind of weird having it up there, but here we go with the weird steering wheel. I'm flying a plane, I'm not driving a car, right? Over the hump, and we're off. Certainly high enough up in the air. Now I guess they're really going for the kind of weird triangular shapes, because even the mirrors are. But with regenerative braking, watch this. Okay, we're going 15 miles. When you let go, man, it comes to a stop. You have to get used to driving this thing. You can turn those things off if you want, but it's rather bizarre. And this little steering wheel takes a while because it really more or less really oversteers. You turn it a little bit and it turns a lot. It is electronic power steering. And on these Rhode Island bumps, it's not doing too good. You can feel every bump. We're going up the hill, it slows down by itself. Now, we don't have to worry about traction. It is all-wheel drive. It's a basic model, so it's got a motor in the front and the back. The fancy one has 3 motors. This has 2. Everyone's coming everywhere. Stopping, so I can't get by them. They're looking at this thing. It does attract a crowd, I'll say that much. Here comes a weird truck, even he's looking at it. All right, and let's see what this thing can do. It is wicked fast. There's no arguing that. This thing is wicked fast. If you drive wicked fast, you won't be driving all that far. This thing supposedly can tow 11,000 pounds. But I've read people towed it, 11,000 pounds, and they got about 70 miles and they ran out of electricity. Got the turn signal going left, little cameras on so we can see where we're going. I'd rather look ahead though than at the camera myself. Then it switched to the backwards to see what's behind me. Now we're gonna go up the hill. There's people in front of us, so we'll go slow. We'll see what it does going uphill. It is like a roller coaster. It's wicked fast. There's no arguing that. It slows down wicked fast too with its foot off the gas. Again, we stop on the gas. It's just like a roller coaster. It kind of sounds like a roller coaster. All I gotta say, it's a good thing this thing is speed limited to like 113 miles an hour. It is too fast for its own good. The turn signal, you gotta get used to it's over there instead of on the stalk. Everything on these vehicles is hiding in a weird place. You gotta get totally used to it. It's not normal. It's very accurate because it says the speed limit is 30, but the speed limit here is actually 20, so it's giving wrong information. The software and the navigation data isn't that accurate. So now we come to a stop. You gotta say the steering's weird. See, it doesn't go that far because of its yoke design, so it has a tendency of oversteering. And it makes a lot of noise too. It's not the quietest system in the world. And of course, this is stainless steel. And we all know what happens to stainless steel. Fingerprints are everywhere, look. Even my knuckles made fingerprints. You're gonna have to be cleaning this thing every 10 seconds or it's gonna look like a dirty refrigerator. The Rolodex top, that's just, it's such a bizarre trunk. There's a lot of things aren't gonna fit in it. We'll climb inside and take a look. Like I said, weird shape to store stuff. And really, help! I'm being eaten by a Cybertruck! Help! I feel like I'm inside a Rolodex. Now we got a frunk here, but really, where's the headlights? Let's go back inside and see if we can figure that out. Like I said in the video I made about the Volvo years ago, the electric Volvo, I liked it because it had a regular gear shift, turn signal,